Hey gang, Tony here once again. This time it is for a contest entry for Johnny Tellez's channel, which you should absolutely go sign up for or subscribe to, but chances are you already do, so good job. I have been missing everyone's contest lately. Everyone's been doing these awesome giveaways that require a video entry, and damned if I don't have time for it these days. I apologize. I really wish I have. But Johnny basically threatened my life. He said, you better enter my contest. I said, alright man, alright. Calm down. It's alright. I'm just kidding. But I'm not. So I'm going to do this one. This is the favorite things that go bump in the night. And there are two questions that I have to answer. The first are, what are some of my favorite things? I imagine it was supposed to go bump in the night, so Halloween or horror related. And what would I like to see on Johnny's channel in the future? Which actually turns out to be the harder of the two questions to answer, but we'll get there first. That's my phone. What are some of my favorite things that go bump in the night? Okay. So, for anyone new to my channel, and for some of you who haven't been around that long, you might not know that I am obsessed with vintage Halloween. That's actually one of my main collections in terms of stuff that I collect. I know that you guys know about my video game obsession and my horror obsession, but vintage Halloween, I love it. Love the look, love everything about it. And if you didn't know this, you probably have started to figure it out because my futon has been decked out with vintage Halloween recently. So these guys right here, all this stuff behind me, is a great example of stuff that I love to collect and some of my favorite things that go bump in the night. I'll remove one of them right here. These are called Halloween blow molds. They're plastic blow molds that have a light in the back, and you plug them in, and they light up. And they were used for, obviously, for display around Halloween. Became popular, I believe, in probably the 50s and the 60s, and have mostly gone out of fashion, although you could find some repros and some newer ones still kind of knocking around. So every once in a while, I'll find one of these at a yard sale or at a flea market, and I always have to get them. I bought a couple on eBay even because I became pretty obsessed with them. There are a few, in fact, that I really still want, but these guys are just very cool. I have one of my favorites. That is actually one of my favorites. Here's another of my favorites because they are atypical of the standard blow molds. The standard blow molds usually look a lot like these guys right here, the pumpkin-headed ones, and then they have a slightly different bottom on each one. This guy's a little atypical as well. But the ones that are really different, like the Scarecrow or the Witch, I love these guys. Unfortunately, this pumpkin on there is not the original. When I found this, it was missing the original pumpkin, and I just happened to have something that kind of fit, so I put it on there myself. But these are my favorites. So those are a couple of my really, really favorite ones. And then, of course, I'll fix that later. Of course, I have this Halloween animatronic that's fairly vintage. A witch is in there. Some older jack-o'-lanterns, right? These are also collectible, the older ones, not the new ones. And stuff like this. Basically any like old plastic Halloween stuff I love. This also, unfortunately, doesn't have the original handle on it, but it's a Halloween rattle. They also have witch ones. I'd love to get the witch one. And I have here my Winkin' Devil, which actually, it looks like it was part of something, but it was actually just sold like this. You might recognize that visage from the Twilight Zone. I love these guys. Yeah, I love that piece. And then also like the die cut stuff and some decoration stuff. I have a couple of older decorative hanging pieces like this guy here. There's that kind of like, it's like the plastic that they used to make the masks out of for Halloween. Maybe a little more flimsy. And I have another one here. With the black cat and the pumpkin. I love these things. They bring me back, you know. So those are, you know, just an example of some of the older Halloween, vintage Halloween stuff that I collect. I have a bunch more scattered around, but actually I could reach this. And I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure if this piece is vintage or not, but it has a really cool look to it. It's a paper mache, as far as I could tell, it's like some kind of paper mache ghost that I don't know if someone just made this or if it was something that had been sold. It has a piece of string on the top. I guess it was hung from a tree, probably. But as you can see, it looks as though it's some kind of paper mache. I'm not really sure, but it has like a real cool old like folk art feel to it. It's a little different than the other vintage Halloween stuff I have, and again, I don't even know if this is vintage, but I love this piece, so I keep him out too. And finally, I'll show you one more thing. This is just one more thing that goes bump in the night that happens to be one of my favorite new items that I can't believe that I actually have. And that is, and I've showed this, of course, in a video prior to this, but it's my brand new Boglin. Oh, I can't believe I have one in the box in such good condition. Stick my hand in there and show you his eyes go. And he could do his mouth. It's a little puppet from the 80s that is, I mean, the ones in the boxes go for probably about 100 or more. At least 100 anyway. And he has his tag in there still. I love this guy. I can't believe I was able to score one of these in a trade. I traded a bunch of my video games away for this, and I do not regret it. I have them prominently displayed. Unfortunately, no room on the futon to have them, but so that's another one of my favorites. Things that go bump in the night. Alright. Enough show and tell. Let's talk quickly about stuff I would like to see on Johnny's channel. And the reason I say this is kind of a hard question to answer is because Johnny, you already do a lot. I enjoy all the stuff that you do as it is, you know, the unboxings, the vlogs, when you do, I'd like to see, I guess I would like to see maybe some more reviews. You don't do too many reviews too often, right? You don't get into, like, really in-depth reviews of movies and things. You do sometimes, I guess, but it's not the most common type of video that you do. I would also like to see maybe, like, you know, the videos that I do sometimes. I haven't done one in a while, but the unboxing the 80s when I trot out old stuff that I had from when I was a kid. I would like to see what you have knocking around, kicking around from when you were a kid. I imagine you probably have a ton of stuff too if your collection is pretty extensive. So that'd be kind of cool. And I don't know, maybe like just show off collection stuff every once in a while. You show us stuff as you get it, but I have this weird feeling that you have like these stockpiles of things around that we've never seen, because you've only been doing this for a year or so, right, Johnny? So I bet there's stuff that we haven't seen that you just have these awesome collections. So, I mean, that's, you know, there's a couple of ideas. Ooh, how about for Halloween, go to a amusement park, a haunted amusement park, and do a video of that. I like to see that. Those are my ideas. They're not too good, but good enough, I think. Everybody breathe deep of autumn, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.